Good evening, everybody. This is Zuri BB coming to you from Healing Conversations with Z. I'm gonna get it right. It's my page, and I'm still messing up. But anyway, I'm coming to you today with another healing message. I've been listening to a lot of the other ladies and um, things about manifestation and how your mental affects what comes to you or you push it away. You know, how these things affect your life, whether it's relationship or work or any aspect of your life. So I decided to, for today, I wanted to deal with lack mentality because that's what seems to be the issue that I'm hearing. Well, that's the intake. That's the take I'm taking on the conversation anyway. Feeling a lack for not having something per se. Side note, I was in the car earlier and a song came on, Marvin Gaye, Inner City Blues. I'm going to post that um, down in the post after this video because I think that that song goes with what I'm going to talk about this evening. Sitting there looking in the mirror, look like I'm shining like new money, but it's hot in these neck of the woods. But I'm gonna make it work. I'll deal with it. So before the conversation begins, again, I was doing some studying and I stumbled across some information that kind of made me a little nervous. But apparently, I was supposed to see it, but I'm not ready for it. I don't know how to explain it yet. So I'm going to ask the angels, the ancestors, and everybody to come and protect me, as I deal with this message and to protect all who come to this page or this channel to deal with this message. Keep us safe mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Keep us safe as we delve into the hidden realms of our inner child so that we can heal the things that we need so that we can manifest. Because those things, if you can't deal with certain things, all things, if you can't be balanced in certain things in your life, you won't manifest or you'll manifest chaos. Um, my other friends on their channels, they know how to explain it a little bit clearer than me. Not saying that I don't know how to explain it, but as I develop my page, my channel, I keep saying page, as I develop my channel, I'll figure out how I want to explain it in my way, because I'm hoping to attract the people who are like me. Not, I just want to attract people that are like me, that are eager to learn, and I want to take them where they are. That I'm not expecting them to be at any level of understanding, and not saying that I expect them to be low level or anything like that, but the educator in me, I'm a special ed educator. I'll say that, and I'm used to breaking things down to the minute level and then building upon it. So a lot of times the things that I'm gonna say may sound like I'm talking down to people, but I'm not. It's just that I'm used to breaking things all the way down so that you can understand it from different perspectives and different ways. Okay, and in saying that, let's get on with the reading. This may be long. I'm not really for sure yet. I'm adjusting to feeling not looking at this timer, so I'm just gonna keep it moving. So as I was shuffling the cards and thinking about this conversation of lack mentality. Um, in the past, our past energy from the what affected us from the Aboriginals, our ancestors, they said it was energy, and so I'm not really. I'm gonna read it from that perspective, from energy, and see what it says. It's the energy for energy, stronger content, and it's tea tree. The tea tree medicine allows you to heal from your wounds, both physical and mental. Rejuvenation takes energy. Energy makes you stronger. Strength gives you a sense of contentment. Recognizing contentment is often elusive because we are already moving on to the next big thing before appreciating what we have already accomplished. Being able to achieve a sense of serenity can be arduous work, but it's worth the time you spend seeking it. Because once you recognize and experience it, you finally understand what it is that you are missing in life. And so, upon reflection, I think I read this my first time around. I think my first day. It says, upon reflection, you were tired and running on empty, yet you did not take the time offered to rest and reevaluate. Your need for control and the energy it has required to maintain this domination robbed you of your chance to become stronger. Healing is an exhausting yet necessary task to undertake if you wish to move beyond this situation. Let someone else take control for a while and give yourself the time to heal. Then you can come back even stronger. So, with this lack mentality, sometimes you try to do so much because you're trying to get out of that mentality that you just totally empty yourself out. Sometimes you just need to just stop and, like I said, let somebody else take control. Let God take control, or the higher power, your angels, your ancestors. There's always somebody looking over you to protect you concerning any issue in your life. But for tonight, we're talking about lack mentality. Currently, it's the possum and the strategy. I don't know if I pulled this one for you all, but I pulled it for me. Because I do read for myself. I like to know what I need to know. I'm getting more accustomed on self-care for myself, and so this is part of my self-care, how I try to balance and see the things that are going on in my life. So I do this, and I meditate, and I'm beginning to take notes as well. That might be something that you all want to do as you work on healing your inner child. So for this possum, invisible, strategic, and unafraid. The possum spends his day sleeping where he cannot be seen, yet is in plain sight. An observer needs to spend time really looking for this elusive creature and is often surprised to find possum right under their nose. When day becomes night, shy possum transforms to a sociable creature who bravely explores his environment in search of opportunities. Possum is unafraid of the night and takes chances that he wouldn't take during the day, simply because he feels safe in the dark and has strategies to manage nighttime dangers. Possum's ability to move freely in the branches of trees and competently navigate the dangers on the ground is testament to his agility. His ability to adapt to whatever situation arises is his key to survival. And so currently, don't wait any longer to show people who you really are. Hiding in the shadows is a safe place to hang out, but you miss out on so much. You have the same skills as everyone else, but don't like the attention. You want to join in, but are uncertain about how others will accept you. They have been respectful and allowed you your solitude, but will be welcoming of you if you choose to come forward. It's time to find the balance between the shadows and the light and become part of the group. Be assured you will be fine. You may be a little uncomfortable at first, but within a short time you will be wondering why you kept yourself hidden for so long. So a lot of people, when they have the like mentality, they don't want to come out. They don't feel good enough. They don't feel pretty enough. They don't feel rich enough. They don't feel enough. They don't feel like they have enough. So they stay in the background. And then when they do come out, they come out only, to kind of look around, and, their attitude is to only come out where they think people can't really see them, so they don't really have to show who they are, because they feel once people realize who they are, they'll say, they'll feel like they don't have enough. And they'll, make that actually come true too. You know, they'll do things to make that, they'll manifest that to make it come true. Let me put it that way. How are you doing this? You know, how are these things affecting you in your daily life? You need to meditate. You know, is this where you are currently in your life, in your journey? For the future, we have the Lawana, which is wisdom. Let's see what this is. 36. Wisdom, listen, and trust. Trust your own wisdom before that of others. Trusting in the future. Ancestral wisdom is born of those who have passed before us and are open to sharing their knowledge. This transfer of knowledge can only be attained if you spend time in conversations with the ancestors. Stop and listen and benefit from the wisdom that is available to be shared with you. And in the Aboriginal Dreaming Totem, ancient knowledge comes to us in many different forms, gained from a single random thought or feeling. However, to the contrary, none of this is by chance. The challenge is within ourselves to trust the messages that are shared with us and then act upon them accordingly. That's kind of interesting because since I've been on this journey, you know how you kind of hear a voice in your, I don't even really, for me it's not really a voice, it's just like a thought would come in your head and you just kind of ignore it. You're like, what was that? Oh, that ain't nothing. I'm beginning to listen to that voice. That voice is either, you know, it's your ancestors, your higher conscience. It's your guide. It's your own personal guide within. And a lot of times, people don't know how to handle that guide. And also, as I was setting all this up, getting ready to do this video, I had an image. Well, I remember an image. And it's a story with that image, but I won't talk about the story right now. But you know how you see people on the street and they're out of their mind? They're, you know, people call them crazy, or, you know, there's something wrong with them and they steer away from them. I'm beginning to understand why they're like that. These thoughts in the mind, if you don't channel them, you know, listen to them and use them correctly or use them for good, or they can drive you crazy, you know, because you think it's somebody else, or you would tell the wrong people and they'll use it against you, or, you know, things like that, you know. So when you see people that you think are a little off, it's because maybe maybe their inner voice is broken. That's an inner child issue. You know, I didn't even really think about it like that. Thanks for putting that in my mind. You know, inner child issues or traumas affect people in many different ways. Some people, they crack up and they just can't handle it and they just leave this world and go wherever they are mentally elsewhere. Some people, you know, their inner child, they think that they're not good enough and they use it as a protective shield, not understanding that it really is detrimental to them. Let's keep it moving. I asked the spirit guides about this, and they were saying express your feelings. So I'm not going to read that one in the book. You need to express. I think part of healing yourself is if you can express your feelings, even if you just express it in your solitude. You know, talk to God. You know, tell Him how you feel. If you don't want to if you don't have anybody you can trust to tell how you feel about, you know, your inner child issues, the higher power, the Lord, Jesus, Buddha, you know, whoever you know is the higher power to yourself, they're always available to listen to you, and they'll always guide you in the right direction. But you have to learn to listen to that inner voice. That inner voice, it tells you stuff that you're supposed to know. I pulled out well, before I get to the cards, I pulled out this the Inner Rebel. Like I said, I like this card, these cards, and this one I pulled today was the word wants to be written, and this is what this card looks like. It's like all these butterflies are. When I think of butterflies, I think of being transformed, but then I see these little like, I don't want to call it rainbows, but maybe, well, it is because it has different colors in it, but it's different rainbows. And so different wishes, you know, as you transform, you can transfer to these different wishes. Or, and I'm sorry, I forgot, this card is kind of weird. Looks like realms to me. All these are different realms, you know, 3D, 4D, all the other D's, other places, you know. The word wants to be written. So I don't know what it's going to say about this, but I'll read it. And I did save the page this time, so I didn't have to fumble. And I forgot to give the definition for lack mentality. I have it. I got notes over here. I can read it so that you all can understand what I'm, you know, talking about. Okay, the word wants to be written. You might have been taught that creativity is something you have to work hard to access, or that finding your life purpose is so difficult that you must search high and low for it. Yet, what you are is within you and wants to come out at every available opportunity. You don't have to struggle so much. It is more about allowing space for you to manifest and to let the energy flow. The real struggle is not in finding something. It is more about letting go of the idea that you need to search for your path in the first place. So it's already here. It's inside. It's not out. Most people think it's out, but actually it's inside. You see, the process of activating your life path is a natural one. Natural, you know, when I read this, you know, it's already God given, so it's not something that you have to really struggle to obtain. The effort is in getting out of the way, not in making something happen. As for being yourself, that is the foundation from which your true life path will reveal itself. Being yourself becomes easier when you give yourself permission to love, honor, and accept yourself in all circumstances, especially the ones where you might be more tempted to reject and judge. Give the sacred rebel within the opportunity to decide your values, irrespective of whether they meet with general social acceptance. So, whatever it is that you feel is within you, don't worry about what other people say. This is your issue, your journey. Only you can walk this road. Don't let others sway you from it. This oracle brings you the message that what you are dreaming of or seeking to do, create, live, or manifest is actually very natural for you. That is why you want to do it. So, healing your inner child issues, you can do it. It's natural. It's easy, but you have to go within. You have to be willing to go within and deal with the issues properly. And like I said, I would start this channel. I was a little nervous about doing it because I see so many other people doing it, and you know, they got all this fancy stuff and all this other stuff, and kind of almost hesitated from not doing it, you know, because I was like, well, you know, do people really want to hear what I have to say? Or am I just going to be talking to myself? I mean, like right now, I really am talking to myself. I'm talking to you at the camera. But, you know, my prayer is eventually somebody will watch the video, you know, and they will receive what I'm saying, you know. And I'm glad I didn't let fear stop me from doing it. You know, whether one person or 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people, 1,000,000,000 people watch it, or no people, at least, you know, it can be healing and therapeutic for myself if nobody ever watches it other than myself, watches this video other than myself. But anyway, let me keep reading. If you experienced controlling and manipulative forces as you were growing up, you would have found it hard to access your natural state at the time. You would have been too busy trying to adapt and get through the trials of childhood. Yep, That was me, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people um, dealing with those same issues. Um, when you finished navigating childhood and started to let go of who you were taught to be in order to become who you really are, you may have found your life path was not easily accessible. That is simply because your true and natural self was covered by layers of shame from the early conditioning that you had to be other than you are in order to win love or be acceptable. Yeah, so a lot of people have to fake the funk, you know, do things to fit in so they won't be ostracized or teased or talked about or cast out and all this other stuff. Inner child issues, all those things happen when you have inner child issues. However, that natural self hasn't gone anywhere. It is still there within you. Now it is just about chipping away at the walls of shame, perhaps with a defiant, who the hell cares? I am here and I'm going to love myself anyway. Yep. This allows you to risk bearing the feeling of any shame that arises as you release old emotional wounds and break away from any restraints to unconditional self-love. Self-love is the beginning. Once you can learn to love yourself from your child, dealing with those child issues to now, you can rewrite that and change your whole state of being. Let me keep going. Where did I stop? The sacred rebel within can empower you to love yourself no matter what, simply because you want to. You might decide to declare, I am still lovable. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. This will send an energetic message to whomever shamed you in the first place, whether they meant to or not. Your message could be going to a parent, a school teacher, a sibling, a friend, a lover, or anyone else that was struggling enough with their own shame wound that they couldn't help but dump it on you. Hurt people hurt other people. You can be free to realize that the shame is just an emotion, not the truth. The devil is a liar. Whoever said whatever they said, don't believe it. And you can defy any hold it has ever had on you and your ability to love yourself. This oracle brings you the guidance that you are now powerful enough to break the cycle. It is time to stop the shame and claim yourself in love instead. When what you want to write, sing, dance, or become is you, it is natural. Drop your defenses. Get into the grit and confront the power that any old shaming has had over you. It is finished now. It is time for you to be naked with yourself. Acknowledge how gorgeous you are and get on with your work. Life is urging you to do so because the work wants to happen. What you want to create wants to be created. The word wants to be written. You just need to let go of any remnants of the past that have been in your way. Step firmly over them and onto your path, the healing process. I now choose to forgive and release any person, situation, or circumstance that has ever been a source of shame or shaming for me, whether conscious or unconscious. I now release this from my body, mind, and heart through unconditional love. I choose to claim myself instead. I love, I accept, and claim all of me under the loving protection and wisdom of life. I choose to live as myself. Now I call on the unconditionally loving assistance that life wishes to send me for this journey now. I honor my creative power and my innate worth. So be it. Be kind to yourself. Say this every day for the next few days or however long it takes for you to believe it. You are worth the effort. Those inner child issues do not have any hold on you unless you want it to. Let me go back because I was, like I said, inner child lack mentality. That's what I should have started by reading this definition, but I'll read it now. Lack mentality is the state of being without or not having enough of something plentiful or good things in life, prosperity. Let me read that again because that don't even sound right. Lack mentality is the state of being without or not having enough of something, plentifulness of good things in life, and prosperity. Oh, I read it backwards. Let's go back. No, I read it right. This is the second half of it. When you apply these definitions to your mentality, it means that you see the world through a lens of either not enough or more than enough. So, dealing with childhood issues of feeling not good enough or not more than enough, we want to cast those demons aside. You are more than enough. You are more than a conqueror. You can do the things that you dream about. You just have to get out of your way and move forward. When I was pulling the cards, first card that flew out was the devil card. So the devil card, that means that you, whatever addictions and things like that, some type of devil energy is affecting you, had affected you as a child, and is affecting you. It has stunted you in some type of way. And let me look at my notes. At this point in your life, you're trying to seek the truth. That's with the Eight of Cups. In this deck, Eight of Cups means a lot of things. You're walking away from that mentality, that whatever that devil energy was. You're moving away from it, and you want your rainbow. You're looking for, your gold, your dreams, your success, your happiness, your happily ever after. You're looking for those things. And the Prince of Wands is going to help you by bringing it magically. You're going to learn how to use your magic within you. Everybody has it. They just don't know how to use it, because whatever childhood issue whatever happened to you in your childhood makes you feel that it was taken away, or you shamed you for using it. However, before that, the Queen of Wands is very abundant. She has, let me go back, because this deck is a little different. Okay, she is the mother of creation. So whatever you want to create, you have it. It's right here. She has her wand. These are her spirit guides. This is the masculine spirit, and this is the feminine spirit. She has all the things here that will help her to be successful. And the reason why that she has that is because she has the Justice card. So whatever things that were going on, you're going to get balance on how to deal with them, how to heal them, or whatever the situation was. And when that happens, you'll have the Wheel of Fortune. That means you have the world at your feet. Whatever you can see, whatever you can dream, whatever you wish for, is right here. The Wheel of Fortune is like a dream come true.